some of you know about it, some of you may not be knowing about it. Um, as per the record, as per the world data, Tamil is the oldest language in the world. More than 5,000 years. More than 5,000 years. There are some versions, people say that it is more than 20,000, 30,000 years also. But there is a document proof and evidence available. It is more than 5,000 years. Sanskrit is second oldest language. So among the 10 languages, you have two languages from India. One is Tamil and another one is Sanskrit. And why we say this is, all these books, literatures, great things, whatever we are talking, around 1,700 years before what Munrurai Araiyanar has written about it, and we are going to see it. We are not going to translate the songs because the translation is available in the internet, and that is also given in this presentation also. But most of the time, we will be inferring and to read between the lines and understand the events and action that was not specifically stated in the poem. Based on the educated guess, what we are making based on the data available in the poems. Many of you may be knowing about it. A proverb is a short, well-known pithy saying stating a general truth or a piece of advice. Like, a bad workman always blame his tools. A chain is as strong as its weakest link. Actions speak louder than words. All good things come to an end. A journey of 1,000 miles begin with a single step. These are the English proverbs. So when you go to the number of proverbs available in English, in every other language also, it is a short, pithy saying. It means with a sharp, more focused piece of advice or the general truth. Generally, it will be very short. Here, in Tamil, it means it's Pazhamozhi. What is Pazhamozhi means? Paza means it is a fruit which you love to eat. Okay, so this will help the people to increase their health. Okay, so similarly, the language, what you are hearing it in this very short forms, which will also fruitful for your intelligence and mind. That is the reason it is called Pazhamozhi. So, who is this Araiyanar? Araiyanar is not a name, it is a title he got. Probably, according to the ancient history, he may be a disciple or he may be a king's family, and he has got this title as Araiyanar. What is the meaning of Munrurai? Munrurai is a place generally which is near to the sea or a river where people have space to take bath. That means you have banks on the river where the people can get down and take bath, like what I show it on the left hand side. Or you have small boats which you can transport yourself and goods. And he is a person who was a king of a place called Munrurai. We do not know where it is now. Okay, probably somewhere in Pandya kingdom or something it should be, because he appears to be a Buddhist follower. So because of the first song where he has written about saying thanks to Buddha in an indirect way, so probably we assume that he is a Buddhist monk and a king who is a follower of Buddhist principles. So the first song we are talking about, the beauty of this Pazhamozhi Nanuru, you have the proverb and the last sentence, or 1.5 sentence it will be, and balance 2.5 sentence or 3 sentence, he will explain that and then add the proverb. So that means he thought that it will be a proper to know the meaning of the proverb before using the proverb. So that is the reason he wrote this book. Okay, what is the order he wrote, how the order was organized, whatever order everyone, there is a lot of difference of opinion among the people who converted into a printed form. Each and every person created their own order and they justify their own things. And again, we have not selected any song based on the importance or based on whatever we feel that important and whatever we found out from the beginning, we selected some 10 or 11 songs over this. Now Dr. Ashokan will sing the song, then I will explain about or what we infer from this song or a proverb from management perspective. Yes, over to Dr. Ashokan, please.
Thank you, sir. உள்ளூரவரால் உணர்ந்தாம் முதலெனினும் இல்லாமை வேண்டும் இளம் கிழாய் தள்ளாது அழுங்கல் முதுபதி அங்காடி மேயும் பழங்கன்று ஏறாதலும் உண்டு.
See, the proverb is அங்காடி மேயும் பழங்கன்று ஏறாதலும் உண்டு. That means a small calf which is roaming in the market can become a big bull at one point of time. So we will take an example of this. I hope you must be knowing about Honda, automobile manufacturer. Originally, he was very interested in making automobile engines for Toyota. He made the engine and gave the sample of this engine to be used in Toyota, and the people tried it and they given some inputs and all, kept on doing the same thing. At one point of time, he decided that why we have to give engine to somebody, why can't we make car itself? And that is how Honda became a car manufacturer. Okay, so what we are saying is the perseverance is what is very important in the business. If you are perseverance, that means if you are confident on your dreams and reality, like Honda has done it, it's like a river cuts through a rock because of its power, but its persistence. Okay, because the river cannot cut a rock. Okay, you know it very well. But constantly flowing through the rock, making the river, helping the river to cut the rock. So that is called perseverance. In business, many times we will not have this perseverance. That is the biggest mistake what we do. We work out, we dream, we plan, we create objectives, all these things okay. But when you are trying to implement or when you are trying to take action on this, the moment we get some failure, the moment we get some problems, we will jump over that and we will go back all the things. So if you are, the only thing that can between your dreams and the reality is the persistence. If you are persistent, you will definitely, you will keep perseverance. If you are keeping your perseverance, definitely you can achieve the dreams and you will get it reality in a fastest way possible. Next song, please.
அறிவினால் மாட்சியொன்று இல்லா ஒருவன் பிரிதினால் மாண்டதவனாம் பொறியின் மணி பொன்னும் சாந்தமும் மாலையும் இன்ன அணியெல்லாம் ஆடையின் பின்.
That means here the proverb is அணியெல்லாம் ஆடையின் பின். Okay, it's a very good example, I will say, then you will go for the things. Okay, how many of you know about sports car company Ferrari? Okay, that is supposed to be a great car manufacturer and supposed to be a great car, sports car available, and probably the costliest car in some part of the world. Okay, so one rich man was there. So that guy was keep on buying properties and all the things, but his wealth was keep on increasing it. The more and more he got lot of wealth, he decided to add some more value to it. So he was looking for something else. Then the people told him, why don't you buy a Ferrari? So he went and saw the Ferrari and he doesn't care about the price. It was very expensive, but he doesn't care because he had a lot of money in it, in his account. So he bought a Ferrari. Having bought a Ferrari, he was driving the car, okay, and he had a peculiar problem with respect to gearbox. So he went and complaint during the first time, second time, third time, fourth time. All these big cars, they don't service in front of you. They will take the car inside and you may have to seat yourself in a comfortable place. And after that, they say that the problem got solved. Every time, third time, fourth time, every time the people solve the problem and they say that a problem got solved. But when you are driving back, he will say that the problem was not solved. So since he is a very filthy rich guy, he could be able to fix up a meeting with the managing director of Ferrari. And he went and met the managing director of Ferrari and told him that I bought your car, but this teething problem is again and again there. Neither your people are unable to solve this problem. And the person was arrogant, because Ferrari is number one in the world, and he was little arrogant. And he told that, okay, who are you? Then he told that I'm a businessman. I am into earth moving equipment. Earth moving equipment, what equipment you are making it? So I make tractors. Tractor manufacturing fellow, you are talking about a sports car gearbox, and this is the level of your knowledge. You should know what is the sports car gearbox, how it functions, how the alignment, all these things. So don't expect it to be like this in this term of your tractor and all the things. He ill-treated this rich man and sent him out. And this person came out. And after what happened is, after 3 days, he called his manufacturing team and engineering team, and he announced that we will come out with a car which is going to be competing with the Ferrari. Everyone in his company got stuck and say that it is not possible to make a car with a Ferrari. Ferrari is supposed to be the world's best sports model car, and we are not having competence enough. Then he said that it's okay, let us enhance ourselves, and the knowledge is the real value for us, and we know how to make an automobile. Earlier we were making tractor. Now in a new project we are going to make a sports car. But all of you, I have full confidence, enhance yourself, enhance your skills, enhance your knowledge, all these things, and then we will get into, but definitely we are getting into manufacturing of a sports car. I do not know how many of you know the story. Really, the sports car came out. And even now, that is the only car which can compete with the Ferrari. The car name is Lamborghini. If you check it out, Lamborghini is much more stylish car than Ferrari throughout the world. Because the way how he has improved itself because of enhancing his knowledge and capabilities, not only him, but also his teams. That makes a difference between other people and a person who has knowledge. Similarly, in our business, what we do is we get lot of data and we take decision based on data. But that data is not correct because that is only a collected information. And that information is knowledge of that data only. But that learning to be applied, and we have to find actionable, executable plans, which is based on your wisdom. So you should not take any decision based on the data, based on the information, or based on the knowledge. But you have to apply the data and information and apply it in a proper sequence and to find out what is the wisdom says, what is the principles, what is your gut feeling, what is the scientific proof you are having it to take a decision has to be told. So this wisdom you can develop yourself only by practicing, not by studying. See, the data collection, data information, data sorting out, all these things are informations. You can learn it by means of practicing it. But wisdom, improving your wisdom, you have to apply it and you have to perfect it. You have to enhance yourself to be successful in any of your business. Dr. Ashokan, please.
அன்பின் நெகிழ வழிபட்டு கொள்ளாது நின்ற பொழுதின் முடிவித்து கொள்வதே கன்று விட்டு ஆக்கறக்கும் பொழுதில் கரவானாய் அம்பு விட்டு ஆக்கறக்குமாறு.
See, if you see it, what is the proverb here is Ambu vittu aakarakkumaru. That means if you take if you want the job to be done, if you want the job to be done from your youngsters, if you want the job to be done from your subordinates or your peers or your colleagues or whatever it may be, or your employees, whatever it may be, it is not possible to force them to do that job, because earlier the days are over. Now nobody is ready to listen your forceful actions. So the only way you have to get the things done by through your kindness and politeness, and how to make it happen through the becoming a part and parcel of that team itself. Okay, so many good leaders, okay, they are very encouraging people, and they will be saying that guide the team. Okay, what is the guiding and encouraging? See, any action you are taking in any business, it will have a plus and minus. Sometimes you may pass, sometimes you may fail. Even when you are failing, it is a learning. Even if you are succeeding, it is a learning. Okay, so the leader should identify the learnings and tell them or predict the failures and tell them in advance, so that the people can work better or perform better in the jobs what you are doing it. So you have to be very kind to get the things done, rather than being stubborn or being instructive persons. And if you look out many great leaders, all the great leaders whoever you have seen in your life, all were very kind. Okay, and that is how they will get the things happen. Dr. Ashokan, please.
அறம் செய்பவர்க்கும் அறவழி நோக்கி திறம் தெரிந்து செய்தக்கால் செல்வழி நன்றாம். புறம் செய்ய செல்வம் பெருகும், அறம் செய்ய அல்லவை நீங்கிவிடும்.
Here, what happens is we will talk about two business group. One group is called Tata Group. Another group I don't want to name. That is also another business group. Okay, but they are not very famous now. They were famous in 1960s, but now that the group is non-existence or into very small, tiny business and all. The core values of both the industrial group, we will take it. Tata Group, okay, you start with the first person, and J.D. Tata, or you talk about Ratan Tata, everyone has a huge core values. Like, we can talk about one recent study he was, or recent incidents I was hearing about J.D. Tata. There was a competition announced from London to Calcutta flying in the own aircraft, and some small amount of money was given as a bet. So 3 people participated, and all 3 Indians. 2 people decided to start their flight from England, as against J.D. Tata wanted to start his flight from Karachi. That time Karachi was within the portion of India. He took the flight from Karachi, and from Karachi he was going to England. So he has given the stipulated time, and they were traveling in their own aircraft, a small aircraft and all the things. So what happened is, the first person who started from England, within some 400-500 kilometers, he got into troubles and he has to force land his aircraft, and he could not proceed beyond that point. The second person who started the aircraft, he stop over, he could be able to come to Afghanistan. Similarly, Ratan Tata also started from Karachi. He went on there and he reached the destination of Afghanistan. At that point, what happened is, in Afghanistan, the second person who took the flight, he had a problem with the spark plug. Okay, he had a 4-cylinder engine, so he didn't have the sufficient spark plugs. Okay, he thought the spark plug will not have a necessary spare to have the emergency. When Ratan Tata landed over there, he found that he was unable to start his flight from Afghanistan to come back to India, and because of the non-availability of the spark plug. Because that time I'm talking about some 70-80 years before, arranging a spark plug for a particular aircraft and sending it to that destinations may take even some weeks also. Immediately, J.R.D. Tata told, even though he is a competitor to him, and both are contesting in the same event, he told that I have 8 spark plugs, so I don't mind sparing 4 for you, and he has given 4 spark plugs to that person. And that person took that spark plug and he started his engine and he flew over there. Ratan Tata also completed the trip reaching England. Okay, he was late by 2 hours 20 minutes, whereas the other person, the person who started second from England, was able to reach India 2 hours before Ratan Tata, J.R.D. Tata. So he became the winner of the event. And when J.R.D. Tata returned, there was a huge reception to him and all. He was thanking him and he told him, it's because of you I won the event, all these things he has told. Later, he became the Air Chief Marshal of Indian Air Force. He became Air Chief Marshal of Indian Air Force. And that time he has given a special welcome to J.R.D. Tata also. Here, what I am trying to say is the core value of Tata Group companies. Even today, okay, I am talking about J.R.D. Tata, even we know about Ratan Tata ji. Even today, like after the Mumbai attack, so they got a huge order to supply Tata Sumo vehicles to Pakistan. I do not know whether it is for the army or for the public works department. It's around some 40 to 50,000 Tata Sumo vehicles. They were ready to buy. But Ratan Tata ji has refused to supply. He says that when a country is against my country and I don't want to give any of my product to that country. So many things we can see it. Like when the accident took place of Mumbai terror attack, how he took care of his employees. You could have seen some of the movie which has come as Hotel Mumbai. You can see it. No, it's real incident. It is the real. I do not know. I was in Mumbai, so I know the how the people worship Ratan Tata ji, because the way he takes care of his people, it's a core value of that company. Okay, so that's the reason we say that virtue destroys the evil. Even if you do some unknown mistakes, okay, because of your core values, those mistakes will not have any problem. Yes, Dr. Ashokan.
விழிந்தாரே போல பிறராகி நிற்கும் முழிந்தாரை தஞ்சம் மொழியலோ வேண்டா அழிந்தார்கண் ஆயினும் ஆராயனாகி தெளிந்தான் விழிந்து விடும்.
Yeah. See, the thing is, you know about the recent things which happened at our Ladakh area. So what happens is, they trusted people. Trusted people in the sense is, we respect the international agreements and we also trusted that other people also will agree and respond and to be respectful for the agreement what they have signed. But how many of you know, I do not know, more than 65% of Chinese land what China holds today is grabbed from other people, not their own country. Like 90% of Tibet they are already captured. Many portions of the other countries China has captured, because that is their way of doing things. Okay, but we should never trust those merciless people. Okay, so that is the reason. If you see it, even today, 100% they are not withdrawn. But still, we are ready because we never trust now because of the great Prime Minister and our Defense Minister Rajnath Singh. These people have decided, okay, we know about these people, we will not trust them again. Because by trusting these Chinese, what happened to us, we know what happened during when Nehru was the Prime Minister of India. Okay, so we decided that we are not going to trust. The moment we are not going to trust and we started responding, we didn't react, we started responding. The moment we started responding, the entire world is with us. The moment when the entire world is with us, the people are thinking 10 times before taking any step, because they know it. India is no longer a similar country which what it was few decades before. So that is the reason I am saying that we should not trust everyone. We should never trust merciless people. Okay, so we should have an eye on everything, every activity, and we have to ensure that in case if these people are making mistakes, we can able to bounce back. Okay, so that is the reason we should say that we should not have blind folded trust with everybody. Okay, as you know that trustworthy is being accountable, not perfect. Okay, the strength of a link lies on the weakest link. If you have a huge chain but one link is weak, that is the breaking point of your chain. So it is immaterial what is the strength of each and every link. If one link is weak, that will go soft. Similarly, your trust also makes a huge impact. Dr. Ashokan, please.
ஆற்றவும் கற்றார் அறிவுடையார் அஃதுடையார் நாற்றிசையும் செல்லாத நாடில்லை அந்நாடு வேறு நாடாகாதமையாம் ஆயினால் ஆற்றுணா வேண்டுவதில்.
See here, a person who is increasing his personal qualities. The personal qualities can be in different way. It can be so many personal qualities are there. Everyone develops a personal quality based on his, which forms them as their characters, okay, or their personalities. Okay, we build all these personalities. Okay, like example, our Swami Vivekananda. When Swami Vivekananda went to Chicago, one day before his addressing the entire auditorium, he was penniless. He was not having money to eat. He was folding his legs and things like that in a small park bench. Some lady or some professor found him and he took him to his house, fed him and provided all the shelter and all the things. Next day morning, he sent him to the place where the auditorium, where the Hindu conference was, the national conference was there, international conference was there on religion. The moment he uttered the word, brothers and sisters, he became so famous. Within a week, he became so famous throughout the world because he taught to the entire world Hindu religion is not a religion, it is a way of living life. That makes a huge difference to the entire world. They have never seen such a religion, which is the entire religion is talking about way of life. So how he got that respect? Because he is a scholar and he know how to put the facts, how to communicate it properly. So wherever he goes, after that, you know, it entire world, wherever he goes, he has been so adored by all the people. So the personal qualities is very, very important. A person has to develop himself. Dr. Ashokan, please.
இல்வாழ்க்கையானும் இலதானும் மேற்கொள்ளார் நல்வாழ்க்கை போக நடு நின்று எல்லாம் ஒரு தலையாச் சென்று துணியாதவரே இருதலையும் காக்கழித்தார்.
So இருதலையும் காக்கழித்தார் is a proverb. Okay. So what happens is many times when we are trying to do it, we are not firm. We choose a path and that path we may not be choose. So many times what we take a thing is we select some people and we want to be either kind to him or we want to be firm to him. But that's not correct. You have to be a positive discipline. You have to have both kind and firm. This is a great example of my old boss, Mr. K.R.L. Narasimham. He was a very nice boss. He was a very kind boss, but at the same time, he was very firm. When he helps me in all my development activities, he was very firm and ensuring that I am meeting the targets given by him or given by the management every year, every quarter, order booking, sales, outstanding, you name any parameters. He was very firm. And the moment I am not meeting that, he will caution me in advance and guide me in a proper way. So many times people mistake that firmness means you need not be kind, you have to be arrogant. Not necessarily. You can be kind and you can be firm. Because if you are kind and firm, you will be respected a lot. See, I left Larsen and Toubro maybe approximately around 12-14 years before. But even now, maybe my boss Kerala Narasimhan maybe around 65, 67. But even now, I still consider him as my boss and respect him as a great boss of mine. So many years after leaving, even recently also, I communicate to him and convey whatever I want to convey to him. I still respect him because he shaped my future. He was being positive discipline developed in me. Otherwise, what will happen? I might be a blue-eyed boy of my boss, or I might be hating my boss. Because if he is arrogant and firm, there is a possibility I may not like him continuously. If he was very kind, and what happened, I may not have developed myself. So just because he ensured that positive discipline to be brought in me, he was kind and firm, then I also grew like that. So you need to have such good bosses, and similarly, you should be with your people also. And I tried my level best to be like that. Many people say that I was a positive, disciplined guy, but still, I cannot talk about that. Okay, over to Dr. Ashokan, please.
இஞ்சி அடைத்து வைத்தோமாந்திருப்பினும் அஞ்சி அகப்படுவார் ஆற்றாதார் அஞ்சி இருள் புக்கிருப்பினும் வெய்யே வெறுவும்புள் இருளின் இருந்தும் வெளி.
Here, see, the thing is, he talks about the fear of rejection, fear of failure. See, many people will not take any decision because of this fear of failure. Okay, some people will get demotivated. Some people will get bad treatment. Some people will get very nasty way of behavior of their colleagues. All these things they have to adjust because they are fearing that there is a possibility if I leave this job and I go to something else, I may fail, which in turn I may not be successful in my life. So I will accept and I will agree whatever insults I am facing it, and I'll agree with that. Not necessarily. Okay. How many of you know the truth? I do not know, but I will say that some of you may be attending my program first time or sometime. If you see all my YouTube videos, if you come out of your comfort zone, 98% of the people do not come out of their comfort zone. Only 2% of the people come out of their comfort zone. When you come out of your comfort zone, the magic happens. So, if you are coming out of your comfort zone, you need a lot of courage, and you should not care about fear of rejection and fear of failure. You fail often so that the failure will not come to you after that. Because every time when you fail, you learn. That's an experience. So every time when you fail, you learn how not to fail. So every time you are perfecting it. The more you perfect, 10 times, 20 times, all these failures will teach you every time. So the fear of failure, fear of rejection are the only major causes for non-growing in yourself.
உற்றான் உரான் எனல் வேண்டா உன் பொருளை கற்றானை நோக்கியே கைவிடுக்க கற்றான் கிழவன் உரை கேட்கும் கேளான் எனினும் இழவன்று எருது உண்ட உப்பு.
See, the delegation, he talks about delegation. Delegate the responsibility to an expert, because simple, very easy example which every one of us can understand is Ajit Doval, our national security advisor to Prime Minister is Ajit Doval. He is IFS cadre, okay, but Prime Minister has delegated the responsibility of handling the dispute between China and our country, and he gave the complete responsibility to Ajit Doval. And you might have seen it. Even today, he never spoke to the Chinese premier. And the Chinese premier spoke to our Ajit Doval itself, which never happens in the history. Because he made it very clear, he is responsible and he is an expert and he knows how to handle it. The moment he delegates the responsibility to an expert, you are going to get benefited only. Okay. Why we don't delegate? Most of the time we don't delegate the job because we think that the assigned people will not carry out accurately. Accurate means to your level. Okay. So that is the fear you have. That is the reason you don't like to delegate. Second, feel that it will take too long time to explain to them, or they will understand and execute the job. So I don't want to delegate. I would like to do it myself. That is the mistake, the second mistake. Third one is the managers doesn't trust the team. That means they don't have trust on their own team. If they are not trusting their own team, who else will trust the team? That is the reason they don't delegate. And managers feel that the team does not have the necessary skills to execute the job. That means it is your responsibility. You have to educate him. You have to improve his skills. You have not done it, and for not doing it, and you are not doing delegation, and you are not going to get anything. Okay, you can delegate your authority only, but you cannot delegate responsibility. The responsibility has to be built in. How you can build in is responsibility is remove the fear and have trust on the people and improve their skills and guide them to complete in time. You are going to improve their responsibility. By practicing it, guiding them, monitoring him frequently, you are going to increase their authority. Correct? So the delegation, if you are not delegating it, what happened is you are doing your job and you are also doing a subordinate job. Then what will happen? Who will do your job? Because you have to work for your future. You cannot keep continuing the job what you are doing for your current position. This is the biggest mistake many people are making in their life, and that is the reason they are not growing. Okay, maximum 40% of your time only you can spend for your job. Balance 60% of the time. 20% of your time you have to spend for your juniors. Balance 40% of time you have to spend for your higher level growth. Okay, that means upgrading your skills, upskilling your skills. All these things you have to, then only you can go up. And unless otherwise, you delegate most of the not urgent, important jobs to the people below you, you are not going to develop a second line on your business. Whether it is you are owning the business, whether you are part and parcel of a big organization. Dr. Ashokan, please.
மனங்கொண்ட கண்ணும் மறுவில செய்யார் கனங்கொண்டு உரைத்தவே காக்க வேண்டும் சனங்கள் உவப்பன செய்யாவும் செய்க இனங்கழுவேற்றினார் இல்.
Here he talks about the doing right things. Even it is disliked by people, you should do the right things only. That's all he is saying it. He is putting this proverb. Even if it is disliked by people, do only what is the right things. Simple example is new education policy. New education policy, all the people are jumping without even reading it. I have downloaded the entire bill. I'm not talking about the draft. That is the bill which was passed by Parliament. It is available in the internet. It's from the government internet itself. You can download it. Fortunately, it is available only in English. Tamil translation is not yet done. Of course, some people are done in Tamil translation, but it is not a official version of the Tamil translation. Almost all the things is there. But if you read it, and we are complaining that our people are not employable, our people are not knowledgeable, our engineers, our executives, our graduates are not employable. But what is the reason? We know that the reason is because of not having a proper education. But without changing the education, how we can? After 34 years, and 34 years we continue to do the same thing what we did long ago, so long ago. Will we improve? No. So do what is right, not what is easy. That is what the present government is doing. I do not belong to any party. Neither I am supporting any party. But just because somebody has introduced new education policy, we should not say no to that. No, I can see it. Now you have seen it now in Tamil Nadu. You have seen all the books, all the Tamil books or all the English books, Tamil Nadu government books released by Mr. Udai Chandran IAS. Okay, it's the best book available in entire India. That's the best book. No other textbook will be like this. It will take minimum 3 years for any other state to come out like this books. Because a team of people led by Mr. Udai Chandran IAS created such a wonderful thing. Okay, but many people objected that also because this book is too bulky. So many reasons we can keep on saying it. Finding fault is very, very easy. but doing the right things is very difficult. Okay, so that is the most important. More important is doing the right things only. Forget about the people whether they like it or not. Today I am saying it to you. Read the education policy yourself and find out whether it is good or not. See, this education system, the graduation is becoming 4 years. Whether you are joining BA, BSc, or BE, it is going to be 4 years. Today, if the person completes 3 years and could not complete the 4th year, he will not get anything. Whereas here in this system, first year only if you are completing it, you will get a certificate. Second year only if you are doing it, you will get a diploma. Third year you are doing it, you will get a post diploma. And fourth year you are completing, you will get a graduate degree. So you are given a choices and you can choose so many subjects. Plenty of subjects are available and all our life skills also oriented things are available. So, and only problem is all the teachers, all the professors have to upgrade themselves. Otherwise, they cannot teach what they know because that is very, very important. So, by doing this, what happens is education policy, we are completely revamping the entire thing. And people say that no, it's very difficult. Who are the people saying this? The people who were saying against educational policy, they either belong to some political parties or they get some personal benefits. Okay, so do not believe those words. You read yourself and you decide whether to support it or not. Okay, if any person who has ears and eyes open, okay, and who has ability to think and ability to read and understand, will definitely like the subject and like to and communicate and confirm that he is in favor of new education policy. Dr. Ashokan, please.
கற்றதொன்று கற்றதொன்று இன்றி விடினும் கருமத்தை அற்ற முடிப்பான் அறிவுடையான் உற்றியம்பும் நீத்த நீர் சேர்ப்ப இளையோனே ஆயினும் மூத்தானோடு ஆடுமகன்.
This, if you see it, I'll give a very good example for that. How many of you read about Aikako, Lee Aikako? Lee Aikako is a great former chief executive of Ford Motor Company. Okay, he was a chief executive. Ford was a very big businessman. Suddenly, due to some reasons, Ford had terminated Lee Aikako. After getting terminated, because I still remember the words what Lee Aikako has put, never hit a man when he is down, because you do not know what is his height when he gets up. So he decided that I am going to take a revenge on Ford. So he joined with Chrysler and then he became a managing director of Chrysler. And within 3 years, he grew that Chrysler into a very big company which was competing to Ford. Mr. Ford has regretted for sacking Lee Aikako. So that's a great example, because if you want to achieve, okay, so it is directly proportional to the efforts what you are putting it only. The efforts, so many times we will be saying that we should not bother about the effort, okay, we should get the result. Till we get the result, whatever effort we are putting, we need not worry whether how much effort we have to put. Probably your ability to convert the reasons, you are maybe low, or you are not in a position to convert the people as much as you want. But you have to keep on increasing your effort till you get your result. You should not get demotivated, or you should not say that I do not do it because everyone is objecting it. All this nonsense, only filthy people who don't have courage, who cannot handle failures, can only talk. Okay, if you want to come up in your life, don't waste your time on trying to find answers and give answers, and give justifications. You don't worry about your justification. Nobody is scared. It is your future. You are going to improve yourself. Okay, don't waste your time on focusing on your efforts. All your efforts should get results. If you are not getting the desired results, keep on changing the efforts or increase the efforts. That's all I can tell you. Okay, with this, I sincerely thank all the people. So, if you want to change or if you want to transform, okay, nothing will change because you are not changing it. So, no pain, no gain. So if you are not ready to bend your back, you are not going to improve. So you need to bend your back to achieve the things. All these inferences, Munrurai Araiyanar, some 1700 years before, it is really amazing, and it's in Tamil. Okay. So if you have, because I will tell you very frankly, I could not cross beyond 50 poems. And 50 poems itself, I selected all 11 poems. That means every poem is giving huge inference, because, and he was a poet who could able to judge what is going to happen. He is able to predict. He is a great visionary. Okay. So if many times people may not see this book at all, plus please read this book. This is one of the great book. Complete version is available. If somebody wants it, not able to download it, send a mail. My mail ID is available. Contact at drpskumar.com. I'll be very happy to send the soft copy of the book to the person. So thank you so much. Thanking Dr. Ashokan once again for
Thank you,
his
sir.
time.